Alright, now for today we are going to find the x-intercept and the y-intercepts of a given equations, which amount to a curve here, a U-shaped curve. So this is a quadratic curve. Alright, and after that we are going to find the line of symmetry. So the question today is, how do we find the y-intercepts and how do we find the x-intercepts? For the y-intercepts, it is this coordinates here. So what is so special about this coordinate? Actually, the x is 0, is already known. The y, I don't know. So in order to find the y-intercept, all I need to do is let x be equals to 0. Right, so that's the concept. Now, having this idea, right, how do you think I can find the x-intercepts? So for the x-intercepts, these are the 2 points. So one of the value I already know. So do you know which value I have already known for any points on this x-axis? 0 again, right? So which is 0? The value of y will always be 0. I don't know which x value I'm going to get yet, but I know for sure that y equals to 0. So in order to find the x-intercept, I let y be 0. In order to find the y-intercept, I let x be 0. How do you remember? Opposite. Yeah, a lot of students just say, I remember it's the opposite. Okay, if the question is for y-intercept, I think about the opposite, so x will be 0. Now, it's very easy to do this. When x is 0, all you have to do is y equals to 0 square minus 4 times 0 minus 5. And what's the value? -5. So the y-intercept is -5. We are done. That's the y-intercept. Just put the y value can already. Don't need to put the coordinates. If you put the coordinates, I will mark you correct also lah. Okay, now if you want to have the coordinate is 0, -5, but this is the final answer. That's enough. Now for the x-intercept, right, I let y be 0. So now the y is 0. It's a bit more difficult. How do you solve this? So if I factorize this, I'll have x minus 5, x plus 1. X minus 5 must be a 0, right? L, x plus 1 must be a 0. So x equals to 5 and x equals to -1. No. This is important. Which one is 5 and which one is -1?
-1 behind 5.
So sometimes they ask you for that coordinate of A and coordinate of B, right?
Yeah.
So coordinate of A is the 5 one or the -1?
-1.
Yeah, so this one is for the -1, right? Then this one will be the 5. So depending on the question, sometimes they give you A and B. So in this case, we have done already. These are the x-intercepts. One of them is -1, one of them is 5. Now, this is yesterday's lesson. How do we find the line of symmetry? We know that the line of symmetry is in the middle down here.
Yeah.
How do we find this middle point? Now that we know that this is 5 and this is -1, how do we find the middle? Okay, so we will conclude. So the line of symmetry is actually x equals to, you add the two number up, 5 and the -1, you add them up, and then you halve it, and that is the line of symmetry. Okay, that's all. Okay.